Zion. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach, woman like Yahweh Shad. Lord willing, brothers and sisters, waxing mighty in His truth. They're praying, fast, and studying, doing everything they can to make their call and election sure. All right, they be back at it again, right? Be back at it again, back to back, right? As you see in the title, before salvation comes tribulation, man, right? If we know the classic, I mean, to get salvation is to be saved from something, right? Right? And if you're being saved from something, you're going through some type of tribulation, right? You're going through some type of trouble, right? If you need, if a kid needs salvation from the kidnapper, right? I mean, God knows what the kidnapper's doing, man, but they need salvation, right? Say, so, hey, before salvation, it's gonna come tribulation, man. You're gonna go through it, right? You're gonna catch hell, right? And we catching hell right now in this captivity, right? Every man, woman, and child, right, that's an Israelite in this captivity, they're catching some type of hell, right? Whether that's your job, finances, your marriage, right? You fighting these demons, right? Right? And you catching some type of hell, some type of tribulation, man. Right? Let me get this precept. Book of Sirach. It's like now, second Esdras. It's like the book of second Esdras, chapter 7 and verse number 57. And it reads, it says, Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, right? So it's a condition, right, of the battle that we gotta fight, man, on this earth. It's always something that you're gonna have to fight against. Always something that it's never gonna just be smooth. Let's say the good life. No, you're not gonna have a good life as an Israelite. Ain't no sitting back with your feet up. You're gonna be catching some type of, because the Lord gonna put you through it, right? The Lord always want to try us. I'm gonna bring them precepts out, but hey, you gonna catch some type of hell. You're gonna have to fight, right? You might get knocked down, but what you gotta get back up, right? Let me keep reading. It says, let me read it from the top again. Then answered he me and said, This is the condition of the battle, which man that is born upon the earth shall fight, that if he be overcome, he shall suffer as thou hast said. So the Lord said we gonna suffer, and we gonna go through it, and we gonna catch hell, right? But what? It says, but if he get the victory. So if you overcome these things, right? You fight the demons, right? And you knock them down, right? And you let the damn cares of this world go, right? If you get the victory, what the Lord say? He shall receive the thing that I say, right? But first, to receive the things that he said, you first got to catch hell. You first going to go through it, right? You got to fight this battle. At the most I said, let me get this classic, another one. It's another classic. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 1. Everybody know this, right? And if you don't, hey, take heed to this, man. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble, right? So they say if you come to serve the Most High, right? You get your fringes, right? You got your apocrypha, your Bible, right? You trying to congregate. You trying to come and serve the Lord, man. You keeping the high holy days, right? You abstaining from the world. Hey, he said you got to prepare your soul for temptation, right? Because it's going to be always something around you trying to tempt you. Because this world is not of the Most High, right? This world goes against the Most High, right? So it's always going to be temptations. It says to cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end, right? You got to keep on saying, if you overcome, right? If you get the victory, right? At your last end, right? It's always saying something about the end. But first you got to go through it. First you got to catch the hell, right? First you got to get tried, right? You have to go through some type of tribulation before the salvation comes, Right? That's the point I'm trying to get across. All right, let me get this precept. So everybody gonna catch hell in this truth. Everybody don't have the same amount of affliction in their cup, but and we all must drink of it, right? Like the Lord said. It's the book of Mark, chapter 13. It's like book of Mark, chapter 13, and verse number 13, and it reads, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." Right? So, hey, that's another thing. Hey, being hated of all men, shalom. Right? That's another thing, being hated of all men. Right? That you're gonna have to face. Right? That's a tribulation. Right? That's something that you have to stand against. Right? Before the salvation comes. Right? You have to endure through that. Right? To get saved. Right? No one that needs help, it needs saving. If you don't need help, you don't need saving. Right? And we need saving. We need the Lord to save us out of this wicked place and get delivered from this wicked flesh, man. Right? That we hate so much, man. We're earning from those new spiritual bodies, right? Because we tired of the damn turmoil that we go through in this flesh, this sin, right? So we need saving, right? And that leads us to need the Lord, right? But first we got to go through it, man. First the Lord gonna try us, right? The Lord's not gonna give salvation to a wicked man. He got to try you. He got to know your works. He got to know if you're even worthy for the salvation, man. Because you got wicked men, they don't even want to be saved, right? So like, let me get this precept in the book of Zechariah, chapter. So like, book of Zechariah, chapter 13, and verse number 9. It says, "I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined." Right? That fire is that tribulation, right? That fire is what we got to go through, right, to get the salvation, right? Whether that's death, whether that's hatred, right, for hatred from your own brothers, your own family, right? Hey, you getting fired from your driveway, whatever that fire is, and we have to go through it, right? Everybody got to go through that fire. Everybody got to feel that flame, right? Some brothers, it might be turned to 3, 2, right? Or it might be turned all the way up. It's all what the Most High, you know what I'm saying, knows that you're able to bear, right? And it reads, let me read that again from the top. Zechariah 13 and 9. "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried." Right? Because gold get tried through the fire, right? If you really go into it, right, when you find gold, it's not just pure gold, right? It has minerals stuck around it and stuck to it. You have to put it through that fire and knock off all the minerals, man, right? And that's you as that gold going through that fire, right? You got sin on you, right? You dealing with this and you dealing with that, right? That's those minerals, right? And if you go through that fire, right, we gonna see who make it out, right? Let's see if you come out as pure gold, right? Let me read on. It says, "And will try them as gold is tried, and they shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God," right? So the Lord always want to try you and see if you're even worthy, man, right? Are you going to endure? Are you going to fight the good fight, or are you going to give up? You going to throw in the towel, like they say. I don't want to hear a man say, "I want to throw in the towel," man. You want to give up because it's hard. It's going to be hard. This is not no easy walk. Hey, this is what you signed up for, right? That's what the Lord chose you to do. The Lord woke you up to this, right? Hey, don't disappoint him because it's getting hard. You got to fight the good fight, or you're not worth the salvation, right? Let me get another precept on that. Go back to Sirach, chapter 2. Check this out. Book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 5. "For the gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Right? So it might be times where you don't know how I'm gonna get out this fire. I mean, it's getting too hot. Like I'm burning. And the Lord said, hey, trust in him. Believe in him. And he gonna deliver you, man. He gonna pull you out the fire. The most I know how much you can take. Let me get that real quick. So like, let me see if I can find this precept. The most I know. This is the book of see if I can find this precept. Can't think of it off the top of my head. Lord willing, I can find it. Salagia. It's on the tip of my tongue. If brothers know, y'all can put it in the chat. It was going into when the Lord said he always findeth the way for you to escape, man. It's always a way for you to get out of that temptation, right? That tribulation. And the main way to get out of it, you just call on the name of the Most High. And the Most High going to deliver you. All right, so I'm going to read that one more time. It's Iraq, chapter 2 and verse 5. Lord willing, that precept come in my mind, if it be of the Most High. Because Iraq, chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. So if you wait on the Most High mercy, man, and he gonna pull you out of that fire. He not gonna leave you in there to burn, man. If you a righteous man, right? If you set up by the Most High, he not gonna allow you to burn in that fire, right? If you trust in the Most High, you keep faith in the Most High, he gonna pull you out of that thing, right? But you have to go. That's the point of this. That's the point of this live, man. You have to go through some type of. You got to catch some type of hell before the salvation come, right? Or to be no point of the salvation, right? Without you going through something, there'd be no point of it, right? And you need to go. You have to go through something to get the salvation, right? Let me get this other precept. Right, the book of, because we got to get tried in this truth. You gonna get tried. No brother's not or sister's not gonna get tried, right? In some type of way. This the book of it's like Revelation, chapter 2, and verse number 10. It says, "Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer." But the Lord said, don't fear the things that you're gonna suffer. Don't fear the things that you're going to go through, right? And you're going to go through it. The Lord already told you you're going to go through it, right? Don't fear none of them, man. It says, "Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days." Right? So, the devil, right? That could be the so-called white man, these other nations, right? They're going to cast some of us into prison, man. Why? That we may be tried. And that's gonna try your faith, right, in those days. Damn, is the Lord really with me? Damn, why would he put me in prison? I was doing the work, I was doing this, I was doing that, right? Why am I in prison? Hey, you getting tried, man. But what? It says, "Be thou faithful unto death." A said, "Be faithful unto death," man. Kind, the brother brought the precept. I'm gonna bring that out, right? He said, "Be faithful unto death," the water, right? It says, "And I will give thee a crown of life," right? So if you keep hold on the Most High name, right, and you keep hold on the works that you've done, right, you keep faith in the Most High, and he gonna deliver you, man. And you gonna get that crown, right? But the Most High first he gonna try you. You gonna get tried, right? Gonna see if you know what I'm saying, you really about this thing, or is this just a damn facade? It was just something cool to do, to say you was an Israelite, right? To put on fringes, right? Or was you really faithful and did you truly believe in this thing, right? Let me get that precept. Let me bring that out. The water Don Israel. All praises to the Most High. See that? uh the water. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. It says, there have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. I mean, these are all common to man. All men go through it. You ain't the only one that's dealing with that. All right? Men, hey, all men dealing with some men's dealing with the same thing. You might be going through something, right? This happen all the time, right? You might be going through something and boom, here go a video pop up dealing with that situation. All right? It's not common unto man. It says what? But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. Right? So when that fire up, that tribulation is too hot, it's too hot, I don't know what to do, right? And you in that situation, hey, the Most High not gonna tempt you above that you are able to, you know what I'm saying, stand, man. But what? It says, but with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. Right? So the Most High, you know what I'm saying, you might feel like it's too hot, I don't know what to do, but the Most High, it's always some way to get out of it. It's always a way out. But it's up to you, right? And the faith that you have, right, to get up out of it, man. Right? You damn sitting in the dark room, right? Getting damn lustful eyes on that damn website. Brother, the X button right there. Or you got the iPhone, hey, just swipe up. It's a way out. Swipe up. You on your phone, call up a brother. I mean, it's ways out of that, man. All right? The water for the precept. The water. All right? So, hey, we got to go through. We got to get tried, man. Hey, it's even go to a point where, hey, brothers got to die for this thing, man. Brothers might have to die, right, before the salvation even come, right? But it's all of the Most High, right? Because you still going to get salvation at the end of the day. All right? Let me get that real quick. It's the book of Sirach, the classic. Sirach chapter 4 and verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Right? And it's I'm going to bring them out later, but it's a plethora of precepts you can go through with our forefathers striving for the truth unto death. And they may have died, or they may have buck up against the Lord because you wanted to live a little longer. Right? The fire was up too high. I couldn't take it, so I had to go off. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to strive for the truth unto death, like the Lord said? Right? Because, I mean, it's going to happen. Right? Hey, some men going to have to die for this thing. Revelation chapter 6 and verse number 9. It says, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar, Slakia, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of God. So it's going to be men that get killed for the words of the Most High. Because they preached and testified of Yahushua, man. Because they spoke this word. Because they spoke the truth. Right? They're going to get slain, right, by man. Right? Remember, keep going. It says, and for the testimony which they held. Right? Which is a Yahushua. So, hey, they gonna get slain for the word. That's that tribulation. Right? Before that salvation come. Hey, you might have to get killed for this thing. Right? Are you really down for that? You have to really, am I down to die for the Most High? Right? I mean, because it's nothing else to live for. I mean, we in captivity. Why not stand for the? Why not stand boldly for the laws of the Most High, man? And that's great honor. I just did a video. I just did a live before this one, right? Hey, that's getting a great name, right? An everlasting name. You standing boldly for the name of the Most High. And that's a beautiful thing, right? But you got some men. You got some wicked men, and they gonna cop out. They gonna, like we say in St. Louis, they gonna fold like a damn lawn chair. They gonna fold, man. like a damn piece of paper. Right? Slocky, let me bring this out. Because the Most High, he set us up in certain positions to prove us, man. To see if you really down. Right? Let me bring this out. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, and verse number 2. And the Lord shall remember all the way which the Salakia. Start from the top again. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8, and verse number 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy God lead thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thy heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandment or no. Right? So he set them up to see, hey, let me see if they're going to keep my commandments, or they're going to, you know what I'm saying, they just said they're going to keep it and don't do it. Because they said in Exodus, hey, all that the Lord said we will do. They said, hey, we're going to keep the commandments. So the Most High set these other nations up around them to prove and see if they're going to really do this thing, or they're going to follow after the nations. Right? So the Most High, hey, he put you in certain situations to see if you're really down for the cause, if you're really down, right, for the Lord, right? And some men, they just gonna cop out, right? They're not gonna be really in this thing, right, when it's all said and done. Let me get this precept. It's the book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse, and this is a lot of men, and it's true. Book of Mark, chapter 4, and verse number, I'm gonna start at 16. And these are they likewise which are sown on stony ground. So this is Yahushua explaining the parable, right? And these are they likewise which are on stony ground, who, when they have heard the word, immediately receive it with gladness, and have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. Right? So, hey, these men that's gonna cop out, they couldn't stand that fire. Right? It was too much for them. Right? Damn, I'm losing my job. They talking about I gotta work on the side, but I can't. I gotta pay my bills. Right? My family, they hate me. They don't hit me up no more. I don't think I can do this, right? Your old friends don't want to kick it no more, right? Everybody look at you like you crazy, right? The whole world hates you, right? Your old woman that left you, right? Your kids hate you, right? Because of the word's sake, now you want to leave, man. Now you fall out the truth. Now you can't stand, right, for the Most High. When persecution comes, let me read that one more time. It says they have no root in themselves. So you was never rooted from the beginning. You never had really no foundation. You wasn't standing for the laws of the Most High. Ultimately you wasn't chosen by the Most High. Right? Read on. So like when we read on, it says, or persecution arises. So like, let me start from the top. And have no root in themselves, and so endure but for a time. Afterward, when affliction or persecution arises for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. Right? So it might be at a point where they start rounding the Israelites up. Might be having brothers going to the guillotine. Right? They hear about what's going on. Hey, they not down for the cause no more. They tucking their fringes. They burning their damn fringes. Right? They taking the mitris off. Right? They said, I'm a black man now. Yeah, I'm black. I ain't no Israelite. They might go as far as say I'm a Hamite. They try to use all skin folk and kinfolk against the Israelites. I say, yeah, we not the same people. Yeah, I'm a Hamite. I ain't an Israelite. I mean, that's off, man. To save their life. I mean, that's just wicked. They're not standing for the Most High. All right? And there's a lot of men that they're going to cop out. right? But hey, you got certain men in the scriptures and women, right? They chose rather to die. Let me bring that out. Let me get it. Let me get Maccabees. Still in the spirit of dedication. Maccabees chapter 1 and verse number 62. Howbeit, many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean thing. Because during that time, they was forcing people to eat pork during the rulership of the Greeks. Right? It says, like, you can read that up in verse. You can read, let me read it real quick. Verse Maccabees chapter 1 and verse number 50. And whosoever, it's like I'm gonna start at 44. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah, that they shall follow the strange laws of the land. Right? So you got this wicked heathen, right? From believe Antiochus, right? Saying, hey, leave your laws and come to our laws. These strange laws. It says, and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festival days, and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, and set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also lead their children uncircumcised, and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and provocation, to the end that they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die. Right? So, hey, that man we just read in Mark chapter 4, verse 16 on down, right? Hey, that's persecution, tribulation, right? He would have folded. He would have did exactly what they said. Why? Because for the word's sake, we can't set up idols. We can't eat pork. We gotta circumcise our children on the young boys on the 8th day, right? So they would have folded. They would have followed. They would have followed these damn heathen, right? Only the men of the Lord, women of the Lord, right? They gonna stand boldly for the law. Let me finish that out. Let me jump down to 62. First Maccabees 1 and 62. Howbeit many in Israel were fully resolved and confirmed in themselves not to eat any unclean things. So they was moving in the spirit. Hey, we fully resolved in our mind. We not eating that, man. We're not breaking the commandments of the Most High, right? We're not doing whatever the hell y'all telling us to do. It says, wherefore they chose rather to die, that they might not be defiled with meats, and that they might not profane the holy covenant. So then they died. So they said, hey, we're going to choose rather to die than to break the covenant of the Most High that he made with us as his chosen people, right? They said that we choosing rather to die, right? We're going to stand boldly for the Most High, right? We're not doing what the king said, man. The wicked king said, right? Telling us to go against the laws of the Most High, right? And this is coming back on the earth, right? This is coming to Babylon the Great. This is coming to America. And what you gonna do? You that say you're an Israelite, you man that say you're a mighty man of valor, you woman that say you're a Proverbs 31 woman, and what you gonna do, right? What you gonna do when these tribulations come? Are you gonna stand for the Most High, or you gonna bow down to these heathen, right? It's telling us to go against the Most High. I mean, what are you gonna do? You only have two choices, right? Either you're gonna get down, right, with the heathen, right, or you're gonna stand boldly for the Most High. There's no in between, right? And that time is coming on the earth, right? And we all have to go through it. We all have to catch that hill, right? So let me get some more on that, right? Because all of this is just going to prove our faith at the end of the day. It's going to prove at the end of the day, do we really have faith in the Most High, right? Or was this all, like I said earlier, was this all a facade? Was it all just to be seen to men, right? Was it really in sincerity? Did I really believe the words that I was reading? Or you just read at camp, and when you get home, you close the book and never open it again, right? Don't know no precepts. You just pulling the precepts that the brothers say you to pull out. Don't even know where the precept at. It's taking you 20 minutes to get damn Deuteronomy 28. All right? Because you didn't really believe in this thing. All right? Because all of this is just to prove our faith, man. So, like, let me get this precept. Because what is faith? Let me get the definition. Straight out of the scriptures. All right? This Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtain a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. Right? So faith is the things hoped for. It's the things that's not seen. Right? Hey, we hope, right, that the Lord comes back, right? That the Lord deliver us out of our captivity, but we can't see it yet. And we have faith in that. We have faith that the Lord is going to come back and save us. We have faith that the Lord is going to give us those crowns. We have faith and believe, right, that we're going to be ruling over all the other nations, right? And then we're going to all be dwelling in righteousness as his people, right? We can't see it, right? And that's the problem with Jake, right? When they can't see things, they don't believe in it, right? They don't want to get down with it because they can't see it, right? But you have to have faith and believe that it's gonna come. It's gonna happen. That's what faith is, right? And you have faith in the Most High, right? That whatever He said, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's null and void. It's not. It's gonna happen, right? So that's what faith is, and the Most High is gonna prove your faith and see if you really believe in His words. 'Cause that's what it's gonna end up to. Because the Most High prophesied that what's gonna befall the Israelites, what blessings we gonna get when we overcome, and He's gonna see if you truly believe in that. Because that's His word. He's gonna see if you truly have faith in that, right? I mean, that's beautiful in my eyes, all right? To see if you really down, all right? Let me get this real quick in Book of James. Because a lot of our forefathers, they was tried, man, right? They was tried, and they let their faith talk, man. They let their faith fly, right? To show the Most High that they was truly down. Let me get this in the book of James. That's what I wanted, James. Salaki. I was going to Timothy. I want the book of James, chapter, I got down 2 and verse number 17. Book of James, chapter 2 and verse 17. Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead being alone. See that? Hey, faith without works is dead, man. I know you hear it all the time, right? You have to show your works. I mean, you have to show your faith by your works, right? It's the work that you do is going to show that you truly have faith. You know what I'm saying? They set up the guillotines. You go ahead and putting your head into the guillotine, right? And it's showing that you truly have faith, because the Most High said He gonna give us new bodies. The dead in Christ gonna rise first, right? You gonna get them white robes, because you truly believe what the Lord said, right? Let me keep going on that. It says, yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee my faith by my works. So you show your faith by your works. Let me keep reading on that though. It says, let me jump down, actually, verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? Right? It's a just balance, right? You can't, that's Christianity. You just say you have faith. I just got faith. I got faith, right? The most I want to see if you have faith by the things that you do, right? That show if you truly believe by the actions that you take. Abraham showed that he had faith by a willing to obey the words of the Most High and sacrifice his own son. I mean, Abraham had, hey, that's a lot of faith, man. in the words of the Most High. Sacrifice your own son. And everybody got a Abraham type of sacrifice that you got to give up. Everybody got to go through that, man. Hey, it might be, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Esau might grab up, take your damn children and wife with damn rifles to their damn heads, man. Your damn kids trying to figure out what's going on, right? And they telling you to denounce the name of the Most High and eat this damn pork that's been marinated in Coca-Cola for 2 days. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna eat the pork to save your family, or you gonna stand for the Most High? Right? It's up to you. Right? Hey, it's up to you. But hey, the righteous man, he gonna show his faith by his works. Right? And it is what it is. Right? Let me get a precept on that. It's like it. Back to Maccabees. First Maccabees, chapter 2, and verse number 2 and verse number 52. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? So, Abraham was found faithful through temptation, man. So when you go through that temptation, right, and you do the things that's right unto the eyes of the Most High, right, it's going to be imputed unto you for righteousness, man. Because you truly showed that you have faith in the Most High through the works that you do, man. Right? So before the salvation come, you have to go through it. You got to go through it, man. Right? I mean, and it's going to be worth it. Right? It's going to be worth it. Nobody want just handouts. Nobody want it just easy. And if you do, you got to check yourself. It's always better when you work for something. When you fight for something, so when you get it, you say, yeah, it was all worth it. At the end of the day, it was all worth it. You know what I'm saying? That's what a righteous man gonna do. All the hell we caught, all the things we went through, all praises to the Most High. Because you stuck it out to the end. You fought to the end, right? And you ran the race, right? And you fought the good fight, right? So let me get some more precepts on this. I don't want to make it too long, right? But I'm gonna get a couple accounts, man. I'm gonna get a couple accounts from my forefathers and showing their faith. And you may know these accounts, you may not, right? It's all this through the Spirit of the Most High. I'm gonna get the book of Daniel. Because this is a literal account of men going through the fire. I mean, literal. And this is very spiritual, right? This is the book of Daniel, chapter 3, and verse number. I'm gonna start at 15. Actually, I'm gonna start at 14. Daniel 3 and 14. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? So Nebuchadnezzar, this wicked heathen, wanted the Israelites to bow down to these damn wicked idols, man. Right? Let's see what happens. Now, if you be ready, that at what time you hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, pastry, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands? Right? So he said, if you don't bow down and you get put in the fire, right? And you going into the burning fiery furnace. Check this out. It says, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace. and he will deliver us out of thy hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. So they said, hey, whether the Lord deliver us or not, we still not going to get down with that. And we still, so basically do what you going to do. Do whatever, hey, it is what it is, right? Do what you going to do, right? And if the Lord deliver us, all praises, but if not, hey, it is what it is. We not serving it, right? Hey, we going to die, right? And that's a spirit you got to be moving in, man, right? Because hey, that's showing your faith by your works, right? You choosing to rather die, right, than to break the laws of the Most High, right? Let me finish that out. It says, verse 19, I'm jumping down to 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. Hey, they turned up the heat, man. Right? And on a spiritual level, hey, you might have that heat turned up on you, right? And that fire hot. I'm talking about hot. And they could have said, hey, no, you know what? I changed my mind. You know what? I was tripping back. I was tripping when I said that. They could have did that, man. But what? And they chose to die for the Most High. And they turned that heat up, man. Right? Let me keep going. And I'm going to jump down. This whole account fire, if you ain't ready, kind of get in that thing. I'm going to get to the point, though. Verse 22. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astonished, and rose up in haste, and spake, and said unto his counselors, Did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, True, O king. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. In the form of the 4th is like the Son of God. Then Nebuchadnezzar came near to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake and said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, ye servants of the Most High God, come forth and come near. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth out of the midst of the fire. Right? So they got put in that fire. They got put in that adversity. They got put in that tribulation, man. But what? The Most High delivered up out of there, man. Why? Because they believed in the words of the Most High. That's the spirit we got to be in. We got to truly believe what the Most High said, man. Right? And if the Most High put you through these tribulations, hey, the Most High going to deliver you. Right? And if, you got to move in that spirit too. They said, and if not, hey, it is what it is. Right? And we don't give a damn. We still not going to serve you. Right? It's like it. Salakia. Hit up the Instagram, WFI St. Louis. We can get in contact with you, King. WFI St. Louis. If you can't find it, just hit up just comment under one of the videos and brothers will get in contact with you. All praises. Right? So hey, this showing your faith, right? By your works. Right? And no hurt was onto these men. It might be through Jacob's trouble and you don't get hurt. Right? Ain't nothing happen unto you. Because you have faith. Right? And you might go through you might get your head into the guillotine. Right? And it might just break at the last second. Right? Or you do die and you don't feel nothing. Right? It was like nothing. Because you truly have faith in the Most High. Right? Let me get some more accounts on that. I mean, it's so many accounts that you can go into. I mean, you even got our Lord Yahushua, man. He was faithful unto death. He truly believed. Right? He knew what his mission was. He knew what was going to happen to him. Right? But he still stuck it out to the end. And he had power to call fire down from him. He could have did all that, man. But he finished his mission. He knew what he was on earth to do, man. All right? Let me get a couple more. I don't want to make it too long. I'm gonna get a couple more accounts though. So like, check this out. This is the book of Maccabees, chapter. I'm on 7. It's one of my favorite accounts. You know what I'm saying? They put brothers on fire. This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, and verse number Salakia. I am the bar, King. Khan. This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, and verse number this whole thing, fire. I'm gonna start at 1, just to get the context. This is the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 7, and verse 1. It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Right? It says, but one of them that spake first said thus, why wouldst thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our father. Right? And that's the spirit that these brothers was moving in, man, and their mother. They was choosing rather to die, right, than to transgress against the laws of their father, man. To transgress against the Most High God. They said, we gonna choose rather to die, man. Hey, Lord willing, hey, everybody that's watching this, right? Hey, we all had that spirit in that day to come, man. In that great tribulation. The hour of temptation, man. Right? Let me have the spirit to die for the laws of the Most High. Right? Hey, that's what we praying for, man. That the Most High increase our faith in those days. Right? But I'm going to keep going. This whole thing, I could read this whole thing, but it's fire. Hey, go read it. Go read it. Go read this, man. It put you on fire. But I'm gonna just get it like, I'm gonna get like 2 accounts of the brothers. It says, verse 7, 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 7. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. When they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body? So hey, they peeled this cat back, like they said, right? And said, is you gonna eat now? And you might get tormented, man. They getting tortured, right? They going through it. And let's see what the brother said. But he answered in his own language. He answered in the Hebrew and said no. He said la'ah. He said la'ah in the Hebrew. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order, as the former did. Right? So, hey, I mean, some people would have folded. I mean, your damn skin and your hair is back here, man. Opened you up like a damn can of soup, man. I mean, some people would have folded, but he said la'ah, and they killed him. I'm still not eating it. I mean, it is what it is. It says, well, let me keep going. It says, I'm gonna jump down to verse 10. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully, and said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again, insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage, for that he had nothing regarded the pains. So, hey, he stuck out his tongue and his arms like, hey, cut it off, right? Hey, I believe in the Most High word so much that I'm gonna receive these again, like the Most High told us that was gonna happen. Hey, and that's faith, man. And that's what we gotta have faith in these last days, man. And I see that topic comes up a lot. Faith, faith, faith. Cause that's going. Hey, let me get this precept real quick. Salakia. Well, I ain't gonna get it, kind. So like I was gonna get book of Isaiah chapter 33, right? It said, wisdom and knowledge is gonna be the stability of your time in those days, man. And what's the wisdom and knowledge of the Most High? Hey, the laws, right? Hey, you gotta truly believe, right, that the Most High is gonna deliver you. You have to truly believe what the Most High has told us, man, right? Didn't the Lord say, hey, you get comforted by these scriptures? Roughly paraphrasing. That's why you have to meditate. I can go on for a while. That's why you have to meditate on these words, man. So these words will be laid up in your mind. So when that temptation come, that tribulation come, you understand that the Lord is soon gonna give you that salvation. It's soon to come. But if you don't understand these things in your mind, and you gonna fall into it, you gonna bow down to these damn idols when the music start, like in Daniel 3. And you gonna eat the pork, like it said in Maccabees when they forced them to eat the pork. And you gonna do these things because you didn't have the laws and the words of the Most High in your mind. You didn't meditate on them, right? That's why it's important to study, right? That's why it's important to know the words of the Most High. So when this tribulation come, right, and you have precepts to comfort you, okay, yeah, the Most High said this, and call upon me in the day of trouble, and I will deliver thee, right? And you understand, oh, hey, okay, Abraham, right, it was imputed on him to righteousness, right, through his faith when he was going through temptation, right? I remember what the 7 brothers did in Maccabees. I remember what Eleazar did. I remember how Yahweh shot. You got to have these things in your mind, right? And then you will have that faith. Then you will have strong faith, right? Let me get this precept real quick in the book of Romans. Get a couple and I'm gonna close out. Book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse number 14. Book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse number 14. And it reads, it says, is this what I want? That ain't what I want. That ain't what I want. So like, let me get this in 2 Timothy. Get this in 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 3. It's like in verse number 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, right? So we got to endure the afflictions, man. We got to endure the things that's put in front of us, right? Because we just going through small afflictions right now, right? Esau hasn't fully showed his horns yet, right? And when Jacob trouble kick off, and that's when all hell gonna break loose, man, right? You have to endure these afflictions. If you can't endure the afflictions now, I mean, how much more so when all hell break loose? It says, let me read it over from the top. 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 5. But watch thou in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of thy ministry. For I am now ready to be offered, and the time of my departure is at hand. And he said, I am ready to be offered, right? And he said, I'm ready to die, man, right? And I don't give a damn about this current life. I'm ready to die for the Most High. I'm ready to die for Yahweh, right? It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Let me read that one more time. I have fought a good fight. That's the first precept I brought out in the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 7 and verse 57. You have to fight the good fight. This is the condition of the battle, man. That all men on earth shall fight. That if you be overcome, and he'll get victory, man. Then he'll get the things that the Most High promised unto you, right? Roughly paraphrasing, right? So he said, I have fought the good fight, I have finished my course, and I have kept the faith. You gotta keep the faith, man. Right? So when that salvation comes, I mean, it's all worth it, man. Let me keep reading. It says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them that love his appearing. Right? So he's gonna give all of us that crown of righteousness, right? If we keep the faith, we truly believe in his word, we be willing to die for the Most High, by Hashem Yahushua, right? Hey, this is what we signed up for, man. And this is what we have to do as men, women, and children of the truth, right? Let me get one more. I'm going to close out with this. One of my favorite precepts in the book of James. It's like the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endured temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So, hey, if you just endure this temptation, right, and you get through, you fight the good fight, whether it's unto death, whether you get hated, whether you lose a loved one, and whatever, and you gonna get that crown at the end of the day. And that's what should be on your mind. You understand what's coming, right, for those, right, that have faith in the Most High, right, that stand for this truth and truly believe in this word, right? And so with that, Lord willing, that was edifying, right? And continue to keep the faith, continue to ask the Most High for an increase in these last days, right? And continue to love one another, right, in these times that's getting dark and gloomy, right? Continue to congregate, gather amongst each other, right? And Lord willing, y'all stay on fire for the Lord. So with that, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.